welcome to my playthrough of Bloodborne. This will be episode number 1. I'm going to play online just in case some of the viewers or some of my friends want to actually come on and actually play along with me. I'll set up a password and everything like that. But let's get started.
Oh, yeah. Pale blood. Well, you've come to the right place. Yharnam is the home of blood ministration. You need only unravel its mystery. But where's an outsider like yourself to begin? Easy, with a bit of Yharnam blood of your own. But first, you'll need a contract.
Alright, so, again, welcome to Bloodborne. I don't know if you could hear me over that. That music was kind of epic and loud. But, yes, welcome to Bloodborne. So, this is not my first playthrough of Bloodborne. I played it several times in the past, and I ended it several times in the past. So I do know my way around Bloodborne. I don't believe I completed the DLC. I believe I went into the DLC at New Game Plus, and the DLC is hard by itself. New Game Plus just made it almost impossible to finish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a brand new character. I have a build in mind. So yeah, I have a build in mind. I have an idea of what I want to do with this character. Again, I plan to do this online. So if any of you guys are watching and you want to jump into a game with me or whatever, I'll set a password. You can either leave a comment in the link below and let me know. But yeah. What I plan to do, so let's go with the origins. So I believe I'm going with Noble Scion. Let me read it. Scion of a respectable line with faith in your pedigree. So yes, this particular build starts at level 10. Starts the character off with 540 blood echoes, which is nice to start off. Has one of the lowest vitality stats starting off. Has a pretty low endurance and strength, but the skill and blood tinge is pretty good. Arcane is, again, low or average. The build I'm going to go with, first of all, I will say that Bloodborne happens to be my favorite out of the Souls series. I like the pace, I like the I like the story behind it. I like the atmosphere, the whole entire feel for it, the whole Lovecraftian Victorian era feel. I do dig it. But one of my favorite bosses is in this, and it's Lady Maria. So I'm going to be sort of modeling my character after her. So it's going to be a skill build with a bit of blood tinge. I'm going to bump up Arcane up to about 15 to be able to use the old Hunter's Bone. And early on, because I won't be able to get that particular weapon or any really good dex weapons or skill weapons until a bit later on in the playthrough. So I'll be focusing on building up my vitality and endurance starting off. I'll get my strength up to 10 so that I can pretty much use any skill-based weapons, because usually the ones that I'm looking at has a requisite of at least 10 in strength. So I'll build up my vitality and endurance up to a nice healthy level, and bump up arcane to about level 15 so I can use that hunter's bone. And then once I get to a reasonable stat with my vitality and endurance, I'll focus on skill and blood tinge. Try to get up the blood tinge up to 22 in order to use the Evelyn pistol, which is a decent pistol, but it's not as good as the hunter's pistol until you get past level 22 in your blood tinge. So I'll work on that. But once I get to a certain level of my vitality endurance, I'm going to focus a lot of my stats on skill and blood tinge, the dip of arcane here and there. But anyway, let's continue. Alright, so this is my character, Natalia Volkova, hunter. And I will say this, it's been a while since I played this game, so I am a bit rusty, but I guess it's like riding a bike. Eventually you'll pick it right back up. So let's get started.
Good. All signed and sealed. Now, let's begin the transfusion. Oh, don't you worry. Whatever happens, you may think it all a mere bad dream.
You found yourself a hunter.
One second, folks. Alright, so let me get used to these controls. Alright. Handwritten scrawl. Seek the pale blood to transcend the hunt. Seek pale blood to transcend the hunt. Jeez, can't fucking speak today. Alright, so what I'm going to do as well, and I want this to be known online now, that during this playthrough, what I'll be recording more or less is myself going through all this, going through the level, unlocking shortcuts, stuff like that, progressing the story and everything like that. However, when I'm offline, so that it doesn't become tedious, I will do my farming of blood echoes as well as blood vials and silver bullets. That way, I'll have a stock of these things. I will be able to, if I need to boost my level a bit, to do a bit of grinding or whatever, or blood echo farming. I could do all that stuff offline, and you guys don't have to see the repetitiveness of that. So what I will do, though, is after doing my farming or whatever, when I do record, I will start off by showing any stats that I've increased or boosted. That way you guys have an idea of where my character is, what level she is, and what skills and abilities I've decided to pick up. Now, of course, somebody who's never played this game, these little things here are messages. So, like, for example, it'll tell you how to play the game. Hit R3 to lock on. You have this one, attack with a right-hand weapon. I don't currently have a weapon. Here's my personal effects. So basically, this is my attire. Got something on, my basic gear. But this is where I would upload my weapons. These are quick items. Yeah, alright. Well, yeah, let's go. Ouch! Get off of me! Get! Ah! God damn it! Well, technically you're supposed to die here, but there have been good players who've actually beat the crap out of this thing with their bare hands. It does next to no damage, and my strength is pretty low, so... Alright. So, this is the Hunter's Dream. The Hunter's Dream is your hub world. So basically you'll come here to trade some of your gear, blood echoes, stuff like that. You'll use your blood echoes to trade, like with this guy, he's a vendor. So let's see. Like right now I can purchase some items. You know what? I don't need this, and I don't need this. So I'm going to sell these. Alright, so now what can I purchase? I have 300 blood echoes. You might be asking, why the hell am I buying pebbles, right? They become very useful. Alright. Hunter's Mark. Okay, so let me see. So here we go. Hunter's Mark. Dangling upside down rune etched in one's mind. Symbol of the hunter. By focusing one's thoughts on this rune, a hunter loses all of their blood echoes, but awakens afresh, as if it were all just a bad dream. So basically, I don't know why people would use this, but if, say for example, you, I don't know, want to escape a boss or something like that, and you have no other way to return back to the light post or bonfire, as it were, I guess you could use this, and you'll lose all your blood echoes, which is, so blood echoes in this game, I will explain quickly. They are the universal currency in here. So basically, I sold some of my attire, and with that, I ended up getting blood echoes, which I used to buy these pebbles, which I didn't equip, which I meant to. So, yeah, basically you can use it to buy gear, to buy blood echoes. Again, like this guy has blood vials. These restore HP. Special blood used in administration restores HP. Once a patient has had their blood administered, a unique but common treatment in Yarnum. Successful infusions recall the first, and are all the more invigorating for it. No surprise, most Yarnumites are heavy users of blood. So basically, this is your healing item. Sorry. You have Quicksilver Bullets, which you basically can use to fire at guns, fire guns at enemies. Now, in this game, guns aren't so powerful to really take out an enemy, but you can use it to stagger enemy, and I will show you, well, attempt to do it, because you got to get the timing right. So I'll show you that in a bit. Then we have Molotov cocktails, self-explanatory, and then pebbles. Small pebbles found throughout Yarnum can be thrown at foes, quite thrilling. So basically, the reason why I said that pebbles are very useful in this game is you can use it to basically pull enemies from afar. So like, let's say for an example, you might have a crowd of enemies. You don't want to just go running up in there and swinging your weapon, because that's a quick way for you to get killed. Instead, you might want to just toss one pebble at one of the guys, and they'll notice you, they'll be pulled, and you can fight them one-on-one. It's easier to handle. It's for, I guess, crowd control. Well, anyway, let's continue on here. So this is the Hunter stream. Okay. And before, I didn't have a weapon. The messengers offer you a trick weapon. Choose one trick weapon. Oh, choose one. Trick weapons are wielded with the right hand and employed in the beast hunt. Now, I've watched plenty of playthroughs of Bloodborne, and 9 times out of 10, a lot of people go for the Hunter Axe. You say, oh, it's cool, it's badass, it does a lot of damage, or whatever. But now, the Hunter's Axe is a strength weapon. I could wield it. Like, every character that starts off can wield all three of these weapons. But the build I'm going for is a skill build, which is basically your dex build. So I'm going with the threaded cane. But you have the saw cleaver, and if you ever seen any of the box art for Bloodborne, the hunter there has that saw cleaver. If you see the opening intro, that that hunter has a saw cleaver. And I think next time I go live, I will let that play out so that people can see that opening scene, or that opening intro. Saw cleaver is okay. It's your middle of the road weapon. It's what they call a balanced build. This hunter's axe is for a strength build. Threaded cane, which in my opinion out of these three is the most badass, and I'll show you in a minute why. So I'm going to go with the threaded cane. And the messengers offer you a firearm. Choose one. Firearms are wielded with the left hand and employed against beast hunting, or employed in beast hunting. Now, same thing goes with, one second. Just answering a text message. Yes, so, same thing with the other weapons, with the left-handed weapons. So you have these two pistols that these two firearms you can start off with. You have the hunter's pistol, and you have the blunderbuss. Now, let's see. If you look at the hunter's pistol, it does more damage. But then again, I'm a blood tinge build as well. I've got a high level in blood tinge, so these are going to be a little bit better to begin with my character. Blunderbuss. Alright, here we go. Hunter's blunderbuss. A blunderbuss created at the workshop for the hunter's line of work. Hunter's firearms are specially crafted to employ quicksilver bullets fused with the wielder's own blood, boosting damage against beasts. The impact of this highly effective weapon counters beasts' swift movements, and its widespread is nigh on guaranteed to hit the mark. So this is shorter distance but wider spread, kind of like a shotgun. So it doesn't pack as hard of a punch, but again, as it says, it has a wider range, so it will definitely hit your target. Then you have the hunter's pistol. Pistol made at the workshop for hunters stalking beasts. Hunter's firearms are specially crafted to employ quicksilver bullets fused with the wielder's own blood, boosting damage against beasts. The pistol is a quicker draw than the blunderbuss, allowing for a speedier response to attacks. Now, I'm going to go with this. And accept the gift from the messengers. A notebook received from messengers. Leave messages with these loyal servants to share them with hunters in other worlds. So basically, this is like your, I guess, soapstone, or I forget what it is in Dark Souls, but you basically can write messages. I'm actually going to put this in my personal effects. So yeah, so like, let's say for an example I wanted to write a note. We have templates here. So let's say I want to say, you must accept. You must accept madness. And so I give you my own notes. Yeah, you must accept madness. Alright, these red splotches that you see here on the ground here are specters of other players who died somehow. So you can click on it and you can see how they died. So this guy has a weapon. That weapon is from the DLC. It's a blood-tinged weapon. You basically plunge it into yourself and it boosts the attack of that particular weapon. But it does damage you. There's another weapon called the Shikage, which, yep, this guy did the same thing. Yep, same guy. Yeah. But anyway, so, let's look around here. So here you've got your notes. Alright, after taking damage from an enemy, there's a period of time which attacking the enemy in return will restore a certain amount of HP. It's a cool thing about Bloodborne. If you get injured, you have a short period of time where you can regain that energy by going on the offensive. Bloodborne is more of an offensive game, whereas Dark Souls is more of a defensive game, particularly 1 and 2. Alright, R1, okay. Next to a, okay, so you press R1 next to a staggered enemy to do a visceral attack. I'll show you what those look like. Shooting your firearm will interrupt and stagger an enemy when properly timed. Hitting an enemy from behind with a charge attack will cause them to stagger. But the problem with charge attacks, so this is a charge attack. It takes too long to do. The wind up for it is too long. And unless you kind of like sneak up on an enemy, you won't really be able to get it off. Particularly if they're patrolling. Alright, so yeah, so that's a strong attack. This is a charge attack. This is my fast attack. And the reason why I chose this weapon, this is its trick form. So in its trick form, it's a whip. And so, yep. So, there's also combos that you could do with this, where you swing. But you also got to be careful of your stamina bar. All right, so yeah, this is the Hunter's Dream. Okay. But yeah. This thing isn't open yet. Closed. Let's see. I'm not going to do it now, but emergency quicksilver bullets can be used. What you have to do when you use it, you're going to basically take some of your health. Now, it's good like if you use it and then immediately attack an enemy so you can regain your health. But this is, again, only in emergencies. You can switch your weapons. So right now I only have one weapon equipped, but if I, now I don't have it equipped. So yeah, that's that. That's T. Alright, so I can use an item by hitting the square button and toggle items that way. Alright. Alright. So, and up here is locked, just showing you. These are going to open up later on, these headstones. They'll take you to different areas in the game. I'm going to hit right back. These things are the Chalice dungeons, which are optional content, but you can go into these and more or less like grind for material, like gems that you can attach to your weapons later on. But you'll need ritual items in order to open these up. You'll get them a bit later. And I believe they're randomly done, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not completely sure. This will open up, but you buy with Insight. I will tell you about Insight in a bit. This is also locked. So anyway, yeah. And there is also this area back here. Now I'll come back here occasionally and I'll show you why later on. Okay. Yeah. I say let's get back to business. Also, so when I come across NPCs or cutscenes, I'll remain quiet so that you get the dialogue. Weeks of Wild Clinic.
Are you out on the hunt? Then I'm very sorry, but I cannot open this door. I am Yosefka. The patients here in my clinic must not be exposed to infection. I know that you hunt for us, for our town, but I'm sorry. Please. This is all that I can do. Now, go. And good hunting. Are you still in need of something? But I have nothing more to offer. Please, try to understand my position. I can only pray for a fruitful hunt.
Alright. So, let's see what she gave us. Alright. Yosefka's Blood Vial. Blood Vial acquired from Yosefka's clinic. This refined blood highly invigorates, restores, is highly invigorating. Jesus, I can't read today. Restores a large amount of HP. This product, the product of a slow and careful refinement process. This rare blood vial appears to be a clinic original. So I'm going to equip this as well. Why not? Just in case I need it for the fight ahead. God damn it. I lost all those blood echoes. It was like 540. Again, I'm a bit rusty, so bear with me. Oh, well, I think that was the blood echoes I would have gotten from killing this beast. God damn it. Oh well. So much for that. Alright, so blood vials. Blood vials are used, of course we've seen that before, but they're used for healing. I know that this is locked, but just showing you that. Yep. Central Yarnum. That, my friend, is a visceral attack. Wake up. Yeah, get up. Shit. I need to get my timing down. Molotov cocktails. Plus those on. I'm going back home? No, I'm kidding. I remember the first time I did that, yeah, I heard that, I was just like, yeah, fuck that, I'm going, I'm leaving. Alright, so this is Bloodborne's equivalent to bonfires. Alright, this lamp now teleports you back to the Hunter's Dream. Upon death, you will awaken at this lamp.
Oh, you must be a hunter. And not one from around here either. I'm Gilbert, a fellow outsider. You must have had a fine time of it. Yarnum has a special way of treating guests. Well, I don't think I could stand if I wanted to, but I'm willing to help if there's anything that can be done. This town is cursed. Whatever your reasons might be, you should plan a swift exit. Whatever can be gained from this place, it will do more harm than good. Pale blood, you say? Never heard of it. But if it's blood you're interested in, you should try the Healing Church. The Church controls all knowledge on blood administration and all varieties of blood. Across the valley to the east of Yarnum lies the town of the Healing Church, known as the Cathedral Ward. And deep within Cathedral Ward is the old Grand Cathedral, the birthplace of the Healing Church's special blood, or so they say. Yarnumites don't share much with outsiders. Normally they wouldn't let you near the place, but the hunt is on tonight. This might be your chance. Across the valley to the east of Yarnum, you'll find the Cathedral Ward. Deep within lies the old main. I haven't heard of pale blood, but that's your best bet if it's anything to do with unique types of blood.
Alright. So, it always pays to, one, check in with, like, NPCs and go through all their dialogue. And once they start repeating the same thing over, then you can move on. But yeah, like you'll see certain areas with like this, like a lantern on the outside of either their door or like a window. That shows you that you can interact with NPCs. I'm gonna head back to the Hunter stream real quick. Alright. One of the reasons why is now this is open. Hooray. And we've got this old man here.
Aha! You must be the new hunter. Welcome to the hunter's dream. This will be your home for now. I am Gammon, friend to you hunters. You're sure to be in a fine haze about now, but don't think too hard about all of this. Just go out and kill a few beasts. It's for your own good. You know, it's just what hunters do. You'll get used to it. This was once a safe haven for hunters. A workshop where hunters used blood to enhance their weapons and flesh. We don't have as many tools as we once did, but you're welcome to use whatever you find. Even the dog, should it please you.
Okay, that was kind of weird.
This was once a work. You're well even.
Okay. Yeah, that guy's kind of creepy. This is storage. So you can pretty much put all your gear. So like basically with blood vials, pebbles, like pretty much any of these items, I think you have a maximum. So Molotovs, the maximum I can hold is 10. Pebbles is 20. Silver, the quicksilver bullets is 20. Blood vials is 20. So anything over 20 that you pick up from grinding or for farming or whatever will automatically go into your storage and will replenish each time you rest at a lamppost. Workshop. So here you get to fortify your weapons. The bloodstones, I haven't gotten any bloodstones, but here you can use your bloodstone shards to upgrade, and then it goes from bloodstone shards to, I forget each of them, but they go up in rarity or whatever, and all the way up to, I think, a bloodstone slab or something like that, something weird like that. But yeah, you use this to upgrade your weapon, make it more powerful, make it stronger. So you can increase the strength of your weapon via doing this, as well as boosting your particular stats. I'll show you something, and I guess you can repair your weapon here as well. Let me show you something. So, so yeah, I guess with this, let me see. Okay. Alright, so basically, right under where it says attribute bonus, so the bicep, curling up is strength, the hand is skill, the bullet hole looking thing is blood tinge, the star is arcane. The attribute requirements are below that. So where it says, where you see strength and it says E, and you see the hand, it says C. So basically, this is the type of scaling that this weapon has. So it has a C scaling in skill, but an E scaling in strength. So it's not a great strength weapon. It's a fair skill weapon, but the more I boost my my attribute and skill, the higher that gets, and the more damage I will put out because of that. Not only that, but the more I upgrade this weapon, the higher the scaling goes as well. So this is all good to know if you're playing this for the first time. You'll see that the physical attack is 78, so that's the standard, but it gets a +7 due to, I guess, arcane, as well as skill. So yeah, that's that. This will come across later on. Workshop tool required for this task. Alright, so eventually I'll come across this, but with this you get to equip runes. Here's a little note over here. To escape this dreadful hunter's dream, halt the source of the spreading scourge of beasts, lest the night carry on forever. So you get stuff like that. Alright. This is where I left off. Of course, this gate is locked, so it opens up from the other side. And I know I said that the guns don't do much damage, but the higher your blood tinge, the more damage you'll put out. I am super. Alright, there we go. gotta get my reflexes back up. Sloppy, sloppy, sloppy. Well, anyway, this was my first episode. This is pretty much an introduction. Yep, this is pretty much an introduction. So what I'm going to do is closing in on the hour mark. So I'm going to stop the first episode here. Yes, it was super sloppy. But again, I haven't played this game in maybe a year or so. So it's been a while. I'll get back into the swing of things, of course. And get my reflexes back up. But anyway, I will be filming part 2 tomorrow. So, of course, if you liked it, just click like. If you didn't, I guess click not like that you didn't like it. I know I need to improve on my my combat skills here. But with that all said and done, I will end the episode here. Thank you again for tuning in. I shall see you guys tomorrow. And yeah, we're going to press on. It's going to be a lot less of me pointing things out to like people who've never played this game. And I'm just going to pretty much open up the map, unlock some of the shortcuts, get some cool weapons, meet some cool NPCs, and fight a boss or two tomorrow. We shall see. Anyway, again, thanks for tuning in, and I shall see you tomorrow. Take care.